educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work podcast, where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey everybody, how are you today? I hope all is well. So, here is our topic for today. You know, we have been talking about this book on Un-F Yourself by author Gary Bishop. And one of the things that I really had to consider within this book is my background and what my influences has been. You know, not too long ago now, and I spoke about it a little while ago on the podcast, about you are the sum of the people that you eat breakfast with. Now, of course, that breakfast table mentality changes from time to time. And when you are not surrounded by individuals that believe that things are positive, things that are motivating, that they can overcome anything, unfortunately, you think that way, you feel that way, and you move that way. So, at one particular time, I found myself around individuals that complained a lot. And ultimately, as these individuals are complaining and they're pointing out the negatives and all that type of stuff, being very pessimistic, I took on not knowing those characteristics for myself. And sometimes you don't understand how that affects your way of life, your way of thinking. So if I decided that I'm going to, go for this job, I'm going to put in my application because I need more money. I'm not making enough. I'm not appreciated, so forth and so on. But now I'm going into this situation negatively. Not necessarily on a positive note. So I go to the interview and I'm answering the questions what I feel like is the best of my ability, and the interviewer does not seem interested, moved by my answers, whatever it is. And now I'm coming out of that situation thinking very negatively about the interview. I'm thinking very negatively about that individual. I'm thinking negatively about how I answer questions. And you know what? I'm overqualified for that position anyway. And I am now complaining and not taking in the information as to how I can become better next go around. So what I'm trying to explain to you, what I'm trying to convey to you, is that as you are taking on these characteristics, I would like for you to analyze who you're sitting with at this particular table. And maybe, just maybe, you need to change tables. There used to be a phrase too, you would hear all the time, hey, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to change rooms, right? Well, maybe you also need to change the table. If you change the table and now are around individuals that are about winning versus losing, because in a complaining state, in a state of being a pessimist, in most cases, you're losing. Now, you can win, by being apprehensive on some things and say, hey, you know what, I'm glad I wasn't in that situation, whatever it is. So I can't say you lose 100% of the time. Because sometimes when you avoid negative situations, being a pessimist, right, you still kind of win. But when you have a idea that I am going to win, and when you are wired to win, because you are wired to win, it just comes down to how you maneuver through the situations, how you maneuver through life, how you identify your goals and understand what are your identifiers through your progress, for your progress. So as you say, hey, you know what, this is my ultimate goal, but now I have gotten to this point. I have gotten to that point and understand what each point represents, and you celebrate each milestone to get to your ultimate goal. See, it's only a matter of time when you win, right? When you feel like you're successful. It's only a matter of time. The question is, are you patient enough to be that? So let's go back to the interview. When you go to the interview, have you prepared yourself correctly? Give you an example. Have you made sure that your resume and or your cover letter is directed to the particular job that you are applying for? Also, does your resume talk about or give statistics, if you will? Does your resume speak about your true soft and hard skills? What format is it in? Your cover letter, is it proper? Do you have the proper tenses? Which is one thing I know I struggle with. Because of maybe the individuals that I have at my table may not speak as properly as I probably need to be in certain situations. So I become relaxed and things like that. So are you understanding what your weaknesses are and find some help to get to that point? Let's understand that you are wired to win. Now, as you continue on your progress of getting to this interview, are you studying the organization? Do you know really who they help, why they help, when they help, what's their mission statement, vision statement? Do you really comply with all the above? What is the work culture, if you could find out? Maybe look at some reviews, whatever it might be. Do you understand the organization that you are about to be a part of? I encourage you to do your due diligence because you are wired to win. And then when you sit down and you're ready to do the interview, are you dressed properly for the environment? And you can ask whether or not you should be business casual, business attire, whatever it might be. You can ask those type of questions. That's not totally out of order. Just so you know that you are on top of your game and they understand that you're coming to present the best version of yourself. Let's just keep that in mind, that you are in a position to win. You are wired to win. And that's what this book is speaking to. The mindset that you have to have when you go into any situation, breaking it down and understand that, hey, these are my milestones and this is where I need to get to in order to get to my goal. Now, after you have gone to the interview and you've had a great interview, answering the questions, great body language, eye contact, firm handshake, whatever the situations are, have you now sent your thank you letter to those individuals? Have you? Are you now using that positive energy, hint, hint, that will propel you to the next space? All these things are opportunities to put you in a better position. Again, you are wired to win. I really, really encourage you to read this book.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Chisholm Group LLC and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work, or will it?